Conceiving yes ands. So conceive, believe, achieve. Introduced that concept. Conceive is make up, bring into, point at, create into being, into a form, into a concept, an idea. So desires and intentions are conceptions, are conceived. What we want is a conception, is conceived. Ideas, thoughts, emotions, feelings, ways of being are conceived. This is how I think, is through conceptions. Thoughts, visions, sensations that take a form. Can't tell if either I believe, not I believe, but like I feel something and then wonder what that is. And in that is the conception. Or if it's a thought and then a feeling. Either way, it's a conception. It's conceived. It's made up. And then affirmations could be that too. Now, I say that's incomplete because the affirmation, someone conceived the affirmation, we listened to it and said, oh, I can do that, I'll say that, I will repeat it. Most of the time, we're either repeating it in our head, and sometimes we may say it out loud. Do you believe it? Again, you may say yes or no. But really, belief is more of a sense, a feeling. Do you truly believe? And I say, we can teach ourselves, we can train our body again to feel a yes or no, a true or not. And it's when it's out of alignment, when it's in discord, when it's untrue, is when it feels, resonates, impacts us the most. So this is belief, such as if I conceive the idea that you are powerful, your belief will come up in that immediate response, that immediate reaction to probably the word powerful. If I say you are a genius, how about you say, I am a genius? If you say that in your head, it's different than when you say it out loud. And this is practicing belief. What you believe, your beliefs, what you believe is so much the iceberg under the water. And when we think, so if I like, rather than speak out loud, we run through this exercise in our head, it's easy for us to get away from the tension, the structure, the charge, the truth of whether we believe or not. This also has to do with how much we've thought about it, how much it is in our existence. How much we apply practice in our life. And just because we practice and apply it just means we have less resistance than we did in the past. And it's not clear cut. It's not easy. Well, I mean, that's like easy, but it's not clear always. It's just information. And it's only when we're out of alignment, out of harmony, in discord, doesn't matter what to do. If you're flowing, going for what you want, producing it, no big deal. With the exception of to be aware, what am I doing? I conceive as in yes and is a value for me because first it's a compounding positive that doubles my odds, improves my efficiencies. Do I always believe my yes ands? No. Then I ask, why not? I wonder, I speculate, I'm curious around, why can't I? Just reveals my limitations, reveals your limitations. And it limits what we achieve. So to me is like achieving my passion, my purpose, my true nature, my projects. Paying attention to what's pulling me and noticing where I'm pushing, where I'm forcing, where I'm driving. Differences in that, in those energies. And so this weekend has been aware of my feminine energy. Knowing my pattern has been masculine. The doing, the pushing, the fighting, the competing. And where our natural sense, I think our as humans are, is our desire to connect versus compete. Yet our society is structured, fosters, encourages, and rewards those that compete. You'll notice it everywhere. Such a drive. I must win means you must lose. Who says? Why is that the leading philosophy? Why is that the leading value? Why is that our default? Yes. Yes, and may I have more of that? It was conceived, we believe it, and so we achieve it. May not achieve what we want with it because more than like me, unaware of that was a default pattern of mine. And when we are working with people to connect, which I say again is like what human beings want is to connect for whatever, every reason there is, so we can connect or compete. Does it amplify or does it take away from? Does it limit or improve? All a perspective. If I'm connecting, which I say is me getting more in touch with my feminine, with my allowing, with my receiving, with being patient, nurturing, understanding, I'm working to be equal. And if I'm competing, I'm judging. And how do I judge? Typically, I'll judge as if I am right. That is judging for me. Part of the judger is also the blamer. I'll blame. I'll prove. I have to prove that I'm better, superior, competitive. And when I can't, a reaction or like a focus of that is what I notice is when I'm frustrated, when I'm angry. It's like, what am I angry? What am I frustrated with? Expectations that are not being met. And what that takes away from me is when we are competing is that I am not honoring, I am not appreciative of, I'm not in gratitude of our genius collective. Fundamentally, our true selves, our true nature, our genius. And when I'm judging, I say my genius is better than your genius. My genius is right, yours is wrong. It's such a limited view. When it can be and it can be so much bigger than that. And so then it's, I'm listening. Am I being equal? Am I being my genius? And am I allowing and receiving other genius? This is connected. This is connecting. This is co-creating. And what I'm listening for, what I aim to speak into is yes and. Yes, as like, yes, I hear you. And you are a genius. Yes, I hear you, and we are uniquely equal. Specifically different, and I wonder how that can apply to me. Because together, when we gather together, when we're connected to one another, we play two fundamental roles. We're listening as a listener, so we're using our ears and our eyes, and we're picking up on the energy that's coming to us. We're interpreting it. We're making inferences of it. A text is different than a conversation. An email is different than a phone call. Either way, it's listening. And when we're speaking, we're speaking our energy, we're speaking our intentions, we're speaking our energy. We can either be listening to that even as we're speaking. Connecting or defending, connecting or competing, expanding, contracting, amplifying, destroying.